clear all this out. The information's definitely been relayed since they've taken the contact. Just saying a bit. To cash on one player, and they've gone for the hero sniper investment as a result. Would like to know how that last round unfolded, though. 5-7s trying to put on the pressure here into the B slope. Dink hit by Gorilla. Does actually give them a little bit of equity here. This P250 dispatched off. Boy with an AK in a good position. Does find one head back for a round like this. Couple of kills, not too shabby. If Boy can hold on to the AK as well, I think he'll be happy with that. Let's see. Chance for one more, maybe. No, not with a full HP AK around the corner. Kevlar on a helmet as well, so would have had to be a few pops from that USB to get him dead. Boy. Actually, just push through the smoke. Look at this. Oh, wow. That is crisp. Love the initiative on it. 2v1, though. With no idea where the last reside. He does get onto the CT angle in time, but in human, just a little bit quicker and with low HP. Actually, we're getting some of this sort of extra key pieces of utility. Good start for Zetsky. Sam's going both ways. The thin wood is just paper to the bullets. And 4 in hand, posted on the angle. A1S battling off some shots, and well, ends up with another. Gorilla and Boy swing the numbers back in their favor. This could be the final round here. This could be where they close it out. They've played their cards right after taking the early disadvantage onto Patsy. They seem to have the right idea on the rotations as well. They're not going to be onto A quick enough, so C4 will go down. I'm just going to run through this smoke. That's a mistake. This is very disjointed. I like the idea of the long flank. The problem with it is that, yeah, Sync's there in temple. Gorilla just walks through dry in the smoke trying to make a hero play. And there's no trade potential because everyone's too far away.
Давайте закончите быстрее, блядь.
Human aware. He could have tried to cross out. Contact made from Donut, so information on the 2 remaining players. AK gets sloppy, but Fazetsky finds...
Походу после этого матча будет начнется матч.
This 12-10. No money in the bank, overtime becoming a real possibility here. I really counted out Rosie a little while ago, to be honest, but they've well and truly clawed their way back into this. And I said yesterday, in fact, the day before yesterday, sorry, their match against Heroic Academy, they showed a huge amount of resilience to overcome these OTs, to lose map 2 in double overtime. And still sort of stay focused, go into this third and win Ancient in the first OT was, yeah, really quite impressive and quite a feat to see. It was a similar scenario to this as well. And they're doing it again here. A lot of the time, this is absolutely paramount as a team. Have that level of composure, have that level of resilience. There are a lot of sides at this tier of Counter-Strike that actually have trouble closing when they hit map point. So if you're able to take advantage of that, use and abuse the system, why the hell not? Aggression in from Grilla. Trying to play over the top of this smoke, big kill, 28
Топы, что ли,
trying to
ёпта,
survive
топы
there,
ждать,
but, no
нахуй
chance.
заебал.
Fire at the feet in front of him impedes his progress, and they will manage to spam back and find that final bullet.
Ебать, что с моей вебкой.
If he'd somehow get away, but yeah, doesn't Comes in. An advantage here, though, for the T side, and they want to keep it that way. Last round after taking that early duel. Having the early advantage. They did end up losing it. AAB kind of double, pulled it back their way, still ended up losing the round. Two pieces in place here on the B side. Except coming over, final round of regulation, all or nothing here for Rosie, for AAB. They've got that cushion of overtime, but they don't want to have to lean on it. They want to get this one done right here and now. And what's up makes that really, really quite difficult. Spam through, yields one. Sync does manage to take another back with the AWP. Swaps out to the rifle. And he needs that maneuverability.
Ебать, на юкар топку турк.
The numbers against them. Here, trying to work their way back in. It's a little bit laboured on the spray. He does manage to find what's up. It's all on his shoulders now, though. As his teammate falls, an inhuman. Yeah,
без них не начнут, да?
Doesn't make a peep.
Пока не
Catches him from the
закончится.
side. 22 and 10 he's currently sat as Rosie tie things back up. We're going to OT, folks. These two teams are inseparable. Bounce through the wood. Have yielded some results in the past. This time around, no one really to be on the receiving end of them. Sink is going to go down in mid, though. In a little too deep there. Punished as a result. Awfully close. Clears the corners. Nobody home. Another little stab at the spams. Not going to connect either. 13 rounds for AAB here would be most insulting.
Я заднейший сразу может взять победу. Heavy Wilders. Первой карте.
9
9 выиграл.
They also had many opportunities with the rifles out. They
Да,
weren't
первая
able to do it.
карта
They could hit.
вроде
Yeah, you just start to feel like, why couldn't we do this earlier?
Вивайлерс вроде выиграет.
Mental blockade in your head instead. Rosie still just doing it
Но
all.
буду, конечно, за Новак болеть.
Pursuit of the save won't even be allowed to do so.
Так. Сразу.
First one get the way. Rosie, massive damage from the nades in mid. Griller's even going to take a tag from the molly as well, so he'll be hurt. They know he's up on shelf. Flashes are good. He'll end up with one, but an insta-trade back. That just felt ambitious going for another there. All the chaos balls down to a 3 versus 3. Want to make sure that's not the case for too much longer. It's going their way. Kind of been given B for free. There's one here in cave they need to be aware of. Going for the safe plot. Viggo won't be able to spam to deny it, and he's going to go for it. So that gives up his position. We'll no longer have this fast element of surprise as Fazetsky takes out a boy on the rotate. His man advantage wanes very quickly and now leans the other way. Sink left by himself. 1 versus 2. Drops out to the rifle. Does find the first. The flashbang blinds Fazetsky on the peak. The molly will cause some issues here as well, but Sink's so low. 1 bullet from this spam should do it. I don't know how. Not a single one connects there. The bomb's not planted for him, and Human needs to press for this kill, and he's not going to. Sink somehow finds the round. And I just cannot believe that the initial spams there don't connect. 1 bullet would have done the job. And he won't know it yet, but watching this back, and I'm sure they will later, he will see just how painfully close that was. And if that ends up being a round that costs him the game, it's just truly heartbreaking and honestly nothing but unlucky. I guess it kind of needed to be anticipated that I think would just try and full stick that bomb. I'm surprised there wasn't a sort of faster peak from it, but there's no right answer there. It's always so difficult to...
Хочем выдрать, ёб твою мать, нар. Так, здесь бітірся заебись.
All those situations from our POV, it just feels like really foolish, doesn't it?
Нилан,
You don't go for the peak
For
but so
keys.
much of the time.
Пампкин,
You do,
Бустер,
they're holding the angle, they're gonna have
Diffuser,
time on the bomb, and you know the question is how you
Drive,
just waited 2 more
GV,
seconds, then
Хип, Лекс, Макстер.
you had it kind of thing.
Короче, первый Эбби Вайлерс выиграет, второй Новак.
An advantage here though. Fatty. Anyone back? What's up? Peeks in, dry actually. Reflash over. Another one comes
третий
as
Эбби
well.
Вайлерс
Just
выиграет.
absolutely bombarding long with flashbangs. Jesus, 4 over the top there.
Но я за Новак буду болеть, конечно же. Бля, Новак алып тастаған, бля. Так, заебись. Екі легенда бар ана жақта. Бустермен. Это сколько, блядь? 21 дям, что ли, ёб твою мать. Нихуя себе. Бля, такие бабки, что ли? 11 дям. Biz Heroi Академия. Так, бір, екі, үш. Три казахских групп. А, блядь, 3 команды из Казахстана. Так, еще казахстан. Сигма. Ой, бля, ебать, перенесли, да? Нахуй я запустился тогда. Сигма. Так, Мариуса и Вагон. Иксата и против 3. 33. Щище наебалась на него, ну. Ох. Щище на помощь на Академии Сармаящ. Так. Так, минута, давайте, пацаны, крем, здесь, быстро, заходим, давайте. Бля, тағы созып тастаған ба, 2 минутқа. Нахуй соза береді 2 минутқа, блядь. Ёпта. А, блядь, да тут, блядь, ёб твою мать. Тағы 2 минутқа созып тастады, ёпта. Сколько можно, блядь, сколько можно? Сигма, бой. Да все зашли, короче. Сейчас точно должны уже начать. Давайте, пацаны, быстро. Цикаем. Тренинг. Что за хуйня у нас? Мама.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Proving Ground. We just saw a really interesting first best of 3 of the day that went the distance, and I wasn't necessarily expecting it to go the distance in the way that it did, but yeah, it gave us some really interesting Counter-Strike as we move into our second game of the day. I think this one's going to deliver on all fronts as well. We've got Eyeballers taking on Novaq.
Давай, Новак. Блядь, сука.
Me a lot, to be honest. Novaq with Buster and Neelan. Some really key pieces within this roster that have looked good recently. On the other side of things, Eyeballers got JW, of course, from the shots. Legendary.
Ай, блядь. Слоны наши.
Heap, Dex, Rolf, Maxter, who's one of the newest additions. I don't think Bob XD is playing, which is interesting. I don't know if that's because there's like sort of like the rosters locked for this tournament, the way VRS works and things like that. I'm not too sure. But on the other side of the coin, Neelan calling the shots. You've then got Pump, Pumpkin, Forkies, Buster, and Defizer. So some big names that have looked recently. Buster, a player the highest levels of Counter-Strike. So, yeah, a lot of experience that he brings to the table, a lot of firepower as well. Neelan has played at some pretty high levels as well. Obviously, with his time at Gamer Legion and EG and whatnot. He was part of that K23 Simon project like years ago, and yeah, has played majors and whatnot. Where yeah, he's tested himself as
Mirage
back down to this level. You feel like they should have a strong footing, I guess. But the same goes both ways. Eyeballers have got those pieces as well. JW, for example. Vito's in front of you. Mirage and Dust 2. Nice little change of scenery. Comes down to Inferno as a decider if we get there. But yeah, I'm glad that we're seeing some fresh maps as we're ready to get into the game. Oh, Eyeballers starting off on their CT side. Novaq on the attack. And we're into the action. To get a little bit aggressive into Palace. Love that from JW.
Какие хуёвые начала, конечно. Так, отличное имя все-таки, да?
Very good start.
Бля, ёб твою мать.
Followed up, make that a third as well as the Julies just rattle through.
Так, 4 в 2.
Making very light work of this. Defizer and Neelan.
Бля.
Left to their own devices. The weight of the world on their shoulders. As we will see one back, in fact. Second kill for the round. I don't think it's going to be too much more here.
Давай, нахуй, Нилан. Бля, пиздец, Нилан начался, бля, пиздец симпатизирует, бля. Хороший игрок, бля.
One gets tough, Neelan. For a little bit of room.
Бля, не чекает-то. Бля, резать бізді. Бля, сзади, братан. Ана, резать не долбоеб. Артқа қараш. Бля, не рез, уебище.
Бля. Surely not allowed it. Yeah, knife kill. Love that. JW says no. Almost, very, very nearly gives up the plant, which would have been a little bit disastrous because then they end up with extra money. But Eyeballers take it their way. They get the extra money from the knife kill as well. JW is not going to opt for an AWP early or anything like that, but yeah, it does mean that he can have that that M4 out. Just amount of util and whatnot to go with it.
Okay, full like upset. Один дигл. Пампим нефть. Пампим нефть. Памп. Шиша қаяқта ойнап жатыр, но қап-қара ғой шешесі. Точно азасында ойнап жатырмын.
Crack at the deagle shot, Neelan. Can't quite find it. Meets his maker in the MP9. It's just going to be an eco round here for the T side, so honestly, the mission here is don't walk into the blender, and somehow, one by one, they're just feeding this MP9 money. This makes zero sense. we go. Nice little closure at the end. So, eyeballers, 2-0. Looking very good in the process. Into the middle. Ooh, big kill from Nealon onto Heap.
Отлично, так, энтри есть.
Gives him a strong early advantage. Forky's trying to work his way around this. Dex. Fire at his feet, has to be careful. He will be executed. Two-man advantage, they're breezing through.
Все пиздуйте заявитесь, надо.
Comfortable stuff. The spam in will bear no fruits, and Novaq will finally take their first.
Эх. So.
So, first on the board. Novaq looking better in that round as well. Those entries out onto the A site were pretty crisp. Made that work very nicely. Spam through middle, Nealon.
Ух, бля, ком клуб тонётыр.
Getting hungry for this early advantage. We've seen him take it in the past. Right here again, these spams are coming dead close, but just not connecting. Because he's taking a fair bit of damage in the process as well. He starts to just pull it back a little bit. I'm really interested that Pumpkin is called Pump on this
То
album,
есть
like,
так, хорошо.
it's like his name in the
Отлично.
pre-game graphic and stuff as well. I don't know if I'm supposed to be calling him Pump or Pumpkin. He's always been Pumpkin to me. Sounds like I'm calling
Так,
him
два
a pet
понятно.
name or something, but yeah, he's Pumpkin 66.
Ебать, 3 постакают, да? Бля, ебать, не угадываю, чё, ёб твою мать. Не надо, братан, туда идти. Бля, ёб твою мать, окей.
Step. Oh, perhaps in a little bit of trouble here. No.
Блядь.
He's up with one. Heaps there to deny
Окей,
the plant. That's
найс.
the most important thing, but
Бустер,
can't hold the
блядь.
line for long enough. Novaq traded back and we go 2-2.
Шо, нормально, нормально.
Very good work from Novaq again, just to keep a lid on things when the going gets tough. Into number 5. And this one goes.
Так, флэка.
Pumpkin flash over the top. Just up against the pistols here, so this should be an easy enough round. But with a minute left on this clock, time pressure mounting a little bit, and not clearing the corners. JW's going to be able to deny this plant. Yeah, there you go. Freebie for the first. Can't quite snap onto the head of the second. The molly into Palace will send Maxter back. I think they would have heard the tick of damage there. It does get a little bit awkward. Nice shot. Dex, what a swing. To spin around and catch another. Maxter, that's his cue to push out, whilst Dex was having a hard time at trying to find that third.
Бля, что там было?
Maxter alleviates the pressure. Dex is going to wrap around. This has been a ridiculous round for him so far. Two beautiful shots here.
Пиздец, не считает. Ебать, сука, как у них же флэка было.
Worried that he'd be coming in from CT. Dex
О,
runs a
блядь.
lap of the map and catches him from the sideline. Beautiful work being done by the eyeballers side. Just around with pistols. Didn't even have Kevlar. And ends up finding the 3K. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure we'll see it again on the replay here. Yeah, JW denying the plant, and then look at this from Dex. Bang. See you later. If he'd have got the third there as well, that would have truly been one for the highlight reel. 3-2. 3 kills. 265 damage in that last round. Didn't need the headshots, only for the one.
Окей, браша, баш.
33.33. It goes on forever. I'm not going to fit all the numbers on the screen. Nice early pick from JW. Forky's falling first as well. And 4. Oh, no, that's like a really disadvantageous angle and fight to take. So, just to get on out of that.
Так, бля, уже умер, да, Форкис? Ой, бля.
Buster. Massive
Nice.
headshot onto Dex early on. Pumpkin's going to follow up with one as well. After losing 4 keys at the start of the round, it seems like they're not all too bothered.
Блядь,
Still trying to make this
хорошо,
work.
блядь.
Oh, runs out of bullets.
Ничего, оставил его
Down so low.
лучше.
Should still be one they can take. They don't have the util, so they are just playing
15 хп, бля,
for the
убить.
timer here. Bomb's already more than halfway ticked. So definitely an advantage here for Novaq as JW has an AWP. He does have a fuse kit, but he hasn't really got the health to support him here. JW's just
Бля, он,
gonna jump on
бля,
that
он,
bomb, and there's
бля,
no way he
дефает.
gets away with
Найс.
that being spammed. Oh, that comes a
Все,
little close.
записывай сейви, нахуй.
Do find the kill. Heap's going to get on out of
Nah,
there. I think he dies to the
нахуй.
bomb. Yes, he does. As
Nice,
does the
nice.
Pfizer, so an expensive round. But Novaq are going to make it their third and yeah, keep things going.
Найс, сука. Бля, если новых сейчас первую заберут, можно и 2-0 сделать, да. И вторую как будто новых точно заберут, по идее. Вот первую это под вопросом. Не, первую проебут вроде. По идее должны первую проебать. Вторую забирает и третью забирает. Ну вот это третий. Третий под вопросом. Да, третий Эйволерс вроде заберут. Сука. Бля. Проебали, да, этот раунд?
Absolute shutdown here from Eyeballers. You can just tap him for the bomb and Defies it. Oh, just look at the timing on that. That is just truly ridiculous. The rotations are actually like quite slow. I mean, they're not slow. They're running, but they're not there quick enough. When he initially taps the bomb to bait out the peak, nobody's there. It's not a peak because they're calling his bluff. There is nobody home. They're still running from CT. No, when he doesn't get that peak and he thinks, okay, I've got a bit of room to try and get this bomb planted. That's when they arrive at the party. Bang on time.
That's...
They don't even hesitate before the swing.
Işte kalpte o şişesini tamsak bitti.
Got the eyeballers fans in the chat today, though. I kind of knew some of these opening matches have been a little bit light on the viewership, right? Because it's the player break. A lot of teams are off and making roster changes and things like that. So we've had like generally sort of like a lower caliber of teams and not a lot of sort of fans in the chat rocking up. But yeah, I did kind of expect this eyeballers game to deliver on that front to some degree. You guys rock. Swedish Mafia. I mean, to show some love. What do you guys think of the new changes with bringing Maxter in and I think Bob XD's coming as well, isn't it? That's on the Desert Eagle. Visor. Actually, a nice shot with the Tech 9. Not going to be anything more, though. Really, really tidy cleanup from eyeballers who just tuck that one to bed.
Так, комани, ёб твою мать, сколько можно? Если фош санмай, а? Ёбана урод.
KG. Oh, that's massive damage. Wow. I'm pretty sure Rolf saw Pumpkin, but if he didn't, that's just cruel. The nade's bang on the money. It does most of the damage needed, and then just a spam through the wall to finish him off.
Так. Давайте слейтесь быстрее, так поздно.
Just the pistols here.
Бля, пиздец оқып тастадым ғой негізі. Пичкадан алып
for Novaq, but
Эй,
the
баларс.
aimers, that Desert Eagle could cause some problems. Buster
Сука, 1.6 давали. Надо было сразу взять.
looking to do exactly that.
Сука. А я не взял.
Connect. Gets lovely.
На нахуй.
Down. Defies her. Falls from above and somehow lands the headshot for the Glock. He will tap in these digits and, well, pokes his head over and takes one more with the AK. So I was going to say 1 kill on a bomb plant's a success. 2 kills on a bomb plant's a very good eco round. I'll take that every day of the week. Little cash injection for the follow-up round. Something to work with here for sure.
Пампим нефть. Так, еда оружейный раунд.
AWP. It's up by JW. Looking for the boost over the top of the smoke. It's not going to come by the looks of things. Yeah, Forky's and Neil. JW though, he's actually holding the smoke.
Хуйня жерден келді ғой, я хуй.
You get to see it from his POV. Could have been a flick on his part. I think he was just ready on the angle. Peek out. Little confirmation. There is still one top middle. Neelan. fire close, but he'll escape. Big headshot in the process as well. JW able to trade it back. It's a lid on things. Eyeballers still dead set on a 7th round here. The ways to go before they get there. No, by no means a freebie. Pumpkin. Be the first out. Molly onto default. No one's home. Warp in hand. He's still worried about that one being under Balk. Really awkward position to clear when you don't really have util. They've thrown the one Molly onto default. And they've got nothing left to work with. And they need to be a little bit quicker about this because Dex is on the fast flank. He won't catch them on Tetris or anything like that, but he will just be. Insurance policy barrel's been spotted. Pumpkin is so ready for that. That is perfect. They still don't expect the man from behind. It's Dex who lines up 2. The Defiers are stuck between a rock and a hard place, sandwiched between 3. That was a very winnable round until Dex knocked up. Going to be an eyeballer's 7th, keeping 3 alive as well. Does them some favors. You look at the money. They're building it up very nicely going into the final couple of rounds of the half, but yeah, JW doesn't have a huge and whatnot, so just a little extra injection. Give them that economic cushion. Make sure that they can fully rebuy into this next, and then if they lose it, fully buy into the last of the half as well.
Абдурозик сияқты айтайын ба? Вай, Криса.
Dex. That up close. Got a nice little crossfire here with Maxter as well, but not if he plays
Так, с такими уходами
so pulls it back to default.
я отца своими лактисона.
Maxter follows up for 2. Shuts down the Palace Pizza. Heat follows up, and with Dex down without much of a fight. The rest holding the line nicely.
Да, надо было взять с 1.6 сразу. Блять, сразу энтри надо взять было. Пиздец, бля, я просто не хочу за 1.6 ставить. Пиздец маленький же. Нравится просто такой кайф ставить.
Eyeballers have definitely had better results.
Да, нормально, 4К поднял.
So I did wonder if this was just going to sort of be their stomping ground.
Хотел в лаве взять.
Us 2 up next as well, a map that follows a fairly similar blueprint, so.
Ну.
See when it comes to that one. Ballers have had a decent month so far though. Wins against Ruby, Amcal. Actually played Novaq just one day ago.
8-4, если будет там пистолет колптаса.
They played this match yesterday. We saw the same maps as well.
Шанс
That's 2
работает.
Novaq pick and a Mirage for Eyeballers. It was a 13-9 and a 13-10. Win line event. Is it exactly the same V2? Actually, it was an Inferno Decider as well. Didn't need to get there. Heap had a monster series. Everybody stepped up quite nicely except for Dex, to be honest. But...
Ебать, пампинг.
Wow, Pumpkin. What?
Пампим, мне в пизда я рад.
Just fed. They just give him the fights one by one. It leaves it down to Dex. And a round that started off looking pretty good here for Eyeballers to make it a 9-3 half. Ends up being punched in their face as Pumpkin just goes crazy. I'd love to see that on a replay.
Ебать, у них там пинг, нахуй.
I was diving into the stats a little bit. Wasn't necessarily expecting a crazy play to come out of Pumpkin. This round here from Dex was pretty unbelievable. Was able to clutch it up. Played the mind games. There have certainly been some highlights in this half so far. Pumpkin's been very good with the AWP. There's sort of one thing you can give him a lot of credit for. We didn't get to see the triple kill from Pumpkin at the end. Right.
Бля, пистолетку надо взять Новаком. Хорошо, блядь, рабочий счет 8-4. Пистолетку берем. И отлично еще. Так, запушил, да уже, блядь, на ТТшке уже Нилан. А, не Нилан, это кто это? Диффизер или... Плохо ебальник видно у него. Окей, форкис, да. Да, хорошо, так, пистолетку берем. Отлично.
Very good start. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Just call it back on stream. Yeah. First two were fairly routine. Third was crispy one. That sort of flicked down, knowing he was going to be pushed. 3v5. Priority kind of shifts away from winning the round and more so just getting the bomb down. I mean, obviously they are going to be playing for the round win, but...
Так, отлично, пистол есть.
A tiny bit here.
Бля, рабочий счет.
Try and aggress for these sites, for these jewels on the site, and then we can just tap in the bomb, kind of play from there. Maxed up. Not going to be given that opportunity. Bomb now in no man's land. He does find the head of 4 keys, but he needs to die here. Oh my god. They're not giving him the fight. 8 seconds. He doesn't have time to plant. Oh no, look at it.
Oh no.
The disaster. Why?
Бля, комментатор заебал,
No one's got their eyes on the timer.
Ай,
Panics and realizes too late. And I love that from Novaq to just say, do not peek him. He doesn't have time to plant. Do not face. We will break them economically straight off the bat. We'll force them into a force buy when they wouldn't have likely ordinarily gone for one because they didn't get the bomb plant. They really had little to no success in that pistol round of kill.
А, не убил, что ли?
Wow, a shot from Dex. The Deagle Merchant in that first half as well. And he's popping heads. He's doing the same again here. Looking for another. Oh, can't quite connect it. Eagle versus MP9 at range, though. I know which I prefer. He takes another in the meantime. They've still got info. Flashbang goes deep, but 4 keys is playing anti. Tucked in the corner. Won't be punished. He ends up with 3 instead. As Novaq start to claw this back. Goes 8-6. Saw that sort of closer scoreline yesterday here on Mirage and thought, well, doesn't look like that's going to be the case again, right? Unlikely that we'll see another 13-10. Eyeballers were 8-3 up. Expectation was they'd just run away with it a little bit, but yeah, definitely no longer the case. Done after time as well. Forcing the laugh, which means an eco here, and unlikely to have too much success with it. They do trade 1 for 1.
Казах, это вообще что ли, бля?
4 keys shutting it down, or doesn't land the flick.
Как-то разъебем теперь.
Cleaning up, and Neelan will finish off the job. 8-7. Novaq now absolutely snapping at their heels. This 13-10 becomes plausible, and actually, I'll tell you what else becomes plausible. Novaq win. They're going to be rubbing their hands together now, saying, yeah, we've got all the momentum.
Да сейчас я нахуй на...
From the CT
Вайдерс
side,
поставлю,
nice little economy.
Блядь.
Nothing crazy, considering how clean some of these rounds have been. You would expect them to maybe have a little bit more money, but we've got rifles out in a rainy day fund, and that's often all you really need. Especially when you're hitting shots like this. 4 keys, aggressive in mid. Finds 2. Buster's going to be teed up for a freebie here. Will be spammed right back, but with how the round has started, with his teammate finding the double entry in mid, that's absolutely fine. He's very happy to go 1 for 1. Shift the responsibility and blame a little bit if things start to go sour. Smoke mist falls into Sandwich instead. Maxter has a very difficult cross here. One that he will still manage to make work. Beautiful headshot onto Forkies.
Здесь неизвестен этот раунд, потому что я здесь на ПК сижу.
Problem is how and when to get that bomb planted. Neelan's just sat on short, waiting for his teammates to relay that they hear the sound cue. So he's got it covered if they try and plant. Reverse default or triple. And they've got it covered if he plants anywhere else. Tidy stuff. Nice shot from Pumpkin to close with the AWP, and Neelan finishing it off. 8-8. Novaq not only timed the scoreline here, but should likely be able to take the lead as well. They're actually kind of looking like the better team now. My ballers have certainly gone a little bit quiet.
Что я поставил, короче?
JW. Nice headshot. Forkies. Man to fall first. Novaq haven't really been in a position like this yet on the CT side, but taking a disadvantage and not been able to trade it. In the meantime, just sit patient here in jungle. And 4. Ooh. Can't find the kill. Buster instead. As the numbers back into this 4 versus 4. They're going to try and barrel out onto B. No one is home. Novaq have completely given up this side.
Я знаю вот этот счет, что сейчас будет.
Which is a little bit bizarre, because they don't have a lot of util. They have
Я на ПК уже спойлер посмотрел. Но не буду говорить.
Slow and late rotation. The eyeballers have really got the best shot that they could ask for at winning this round.
Bля, писайте сейвить, please.
Good molly back sight. Lex's spams will do a little bit of damage. Another one to follow up as well, just to keep forcing him out of position.
Все этот девайсы салютани.
He's waiting eagerly with that AWP. Tech9 still rattling off shots. Trades even. Maxter takes one more. There's just not enough time on this bomb. Pumpkin can't fall. Hold it. He lands the leg shot. Oh my. Oh, that's a real shame. If he connects for the body there, he gets on that bomb in time. But landing the leg doesn't suffice. Has to follow up with a pistol and yeah, wastes that valuable extra second and a half that he needed on that defuse.
Жалко десме.
I deny Novaq taking the lead, taking the reins, but
okay.
Being 8-3 down, losing 5 on the bounce. They will recognize the fragility of this game now.
Okay.
Cannot afford any more mistakes.
Nice. Бля, пампин, блядь, красавчик пампинг. Пампим мне. Блядь, ну пиздец.
Nice kill from JW.
Вы уже читаете вот этот тарт уже. Пиздец, блядь, каждый второй пушит так, блядь, в смог на шарте, блядь, уже все знают, блядь. Конечно, он просчет, блядь. Давай, блядь, бустер. Пастер. Блядь. Блядь.
Molly will flush him out.
Блядь, проебут, да.
Vines is able to trade one back. We go into the 3v2.
Nice. Wow, pumping.
Oh, fancy their chances at it, apparently. Pumpkin's given a sightline to deny that plant. With 30 seconds, Neelan.
Блядь.
He's only got 30 points of health, and yeah, can't win the fight against Heap, but there was a world there could have made that happen.
Блядь, когда выиграю, блядь. Бля, первый проебите ПРИСУТСТВУЕТ, блядь, второй возьмете. Ай, бля, пожалуйста, проебите первую карту, пожалуйста. Бля, только один пампинг, что ли, будет играть? Ло, блядь.
On the way into the 19th, the Eyeballers have taken
Диффизер,
the
бля,
reins
у
back
нас и
after
заебал.
a little awkward hiccup, to be honest, at the start of this second half.
Стакнули, бля, вот эту вот такую бы эко взять бы, да, бля, сладенькую.
Straight up short, just the pistols should
Они
be an easy
возьмут
round
нахуй.
here for Eyeballers. Push themselves onto 11. Novaq have fought hard, you know,
Ай, бля.
a couple of little situations going their way, and I think we would have seen a very different scoreline here. Maybe even a chance for them to win the game, but increasingly likely now that this is an Eyeballers match.
Давай, бля, жирный играй,
Both top
диффизер.
ends of the scoreboard.
Нилан.
Very top heavy.
Ну, Нилану можно, он
Two ADIs putting up some
же
kills.
капитан.
The Heat, I
Вроде.
mean, the kill disparity isn't
Ну, вроде
so
капитан
large,
должен
right?
быть,
Between
потому
top and
что
bottom, there's only
в
4
ЕГЭ
points
был
between
капитаном.
versus 12 on the other side. But when you look at the
И
damage has been out.
Тим Легане был капитаном.
Yeah, 100 plus ADR. I think second was 60.
Здесь тоже
You
должен
start to
капитаном
realise
быть,
just how much of
по-любому.
an impact he's really having. May not be finishing off a lot of his kills, but
Так, бля, вот это пиздец важный раунд. Найс, бля, воу, блядь.
Buster Pumpkin. Trading back
Бля,
after losing
без
4 keys
пампина
early.
нахуй.
It's felt like he's been the first to drop
Без пампина.
almost every round, to be honest.
О, найс, бля, бустер, бля,
Consistently
старик
being that
нахуй
first point
хорош.
of contact. It's not always a bad thing, but 4v2.
Так, все, блядь, отличная ситуация, не надо здесь.
Next and Heat with it all on their shoulders. Defies
Найс, окей.
just denies any real
Один остался,
prospect at this
тоже
bump,
убить
so
надо. Не сливайтесь,
it's
найс.
gonna be Dex
Все.
left to fight, but
Вот так, вот так.
not gonna happen. Not gonna happen for the 1v4.
Вот так продолжаем, короче.
11 to 9.
Бля,
Novaq.
4 раунда подряд, все, нахуй. Хуйня же.
Keep going for a little bit longer.
Так, что по экономике у них? Бля, хуйня у них тоже экономика, можно. Вот это взять надо, это 11. Можно еще. Так, эко может быть, да, на 11.
This round becomes super important when you start looking at the money.
Надо просто не дать поставить бомбу. И 5-0 надо закрыть. Окей, вот это хорошо, вот это закрытую надо играть.
Eyeballers losing it to be down to 0. Novaq could then tie things up and maybe take the lead.
Просто
at the
крысите
crucial
нахуй,
point of the
крыса.
game.
Бля, туп, блять, пампинг, ну пампинов можно, блять.
Really great
Он уже
opening
дохуя
from
раундов
himself.
затащил, ну.
Pumpkin this time. First
Пусть
point of
умирает.
contact.
Блядь,
Down.
ёб твою мать.
Oh,
Ну
Buster.
тебе нельзя, старик,
Not
ёбаный в рот.
anticipating Heap. Up on top.
Бля,
Not
можно
a lot he
взять?
can do
Нет.
about it. Taken care of. I'm surprised he doesn't hear the jumps, but Tetris position just can be a little bit cruel when you're sat playing sandwich.
Блядь, скин нахуй. Что ну там щинкс, скин, блядь, просто щинкс.
Palace angle. You've got someone in jungle or something sort of holding your palace, then you've got a little bit more leverage, but difficult one there. It's going to go 12-9 then. The defense on the A site just crumbles and the round goes with it. Eyeballers will let them save. I was talking about their money before, and yeah, it absolutely still applies here. Even 3 alive with rhythms and favors, but the last thing you want is to be throwing money away. Not at a time like this, so not gonna hunt all too hard.
Так, берем 3 раунда подряд, короче. Блях, в Hell TV, блядь, чё, пораньше показывать, что ли? Блядь, я спойлер посмотрел здесь.
Big early shot from JW. That is huge.
А, ему 25 лет, что ли, высыру.
Give them the advantage, the crucial time to just try and close out this map. Pumping
Sorry,
around the corner.
оказывается, окей.
Wheeled in the FAMAS. Heap ends up with the easy kill. Buster's there right back for the trade. In the meantime, sat deep.
Блядь, ебал, бля, 6к тоже минус. Еще, бля. Да сам виноват, бля, жадный, бля, пиздец, я жадный просто, пиздец. Я хотел, бля, первую карту на A-Bowlers взять. За 1.6, ну, блядь, подумал, маленький, не взял. Ай, сука. Мария Магдалена. Вторую точно Новак возьмут. Вот, бля, шопу ставлю, сука, бля. Отвечаю, бля. О, бля, зачем я против себя ставлю, бля, заебал. Блядь, пиздец, обидно, нахуй. Хотел же на A-Bowlers взять, блядь, ну, бля. Блядь, слайверми заебал. Да-да. Так, сейчас посмотрю, сколько дают. Он тут, блядь, пиздец уверен, что сейчас возьмет вот вторую карту. Вот. Новак. Семьдесят восемь, да. На 1.78. Бля, хуйняков. Я уже дохуя угадал просто сейчас. Если сейчас много поставлю, бля, по-любому нахуй. Не угадаю уже. Бля, больше все не буду так делать, короче. Блять, всегда буду себе держать. Так, тэпну сейчас. Вчера 50к слил. Деньги. Бля, уже меньше 6к не хочу ставить. Как после проеба 6к можно меньше 6к ставить, да? Пиздец, жадность. Сам виноват, блядь. Сейчас бы 10, 9700 бы выиграл бы, если на 1.6 хотел же поставить. Сидел бы, с 9600 посидел бы. Если 20к поставлю, сколько я выиграю? Так, 82 стало. Поднял IKF. 36, 16к, да? А если проебу, нахуй нихуя не останется. Бля, сейчас, сука, если Новак второй выиграет. Блядь, сука, буду гореть сейчас потом. Почему не поставил, да? Бля, ебать выбор. Сложный выбор. Сука, могут что проебать они. Они тоже даст хорошо играет. Вот эти 60%. Ну. А, здесь еще они выиграли их, блядь, Новаков вот с 13-9. Ну, сейчас же мы... Не, если вот здесь выиграли, ну, сейчас проебут тогда, да? Не всегда же выигрывает, блядь. А Новак, бля, блядь, всегда пикают эту карту. Они всегда эту карту пикают. Вот последний Новак, 8 проебали. Вот 9 взяли. 9 тоже хорошо. Здесь Мотеаме выиграли. Нет, что за название? Что за 13-0? Амкала здесь 13-0 вообще выиграли. Вчера Амкал выиграл 13-0, а вот этих Эбби Бойлерс и Эй Бойлерс. Бля, не могут проебать. Но я ставлю похоже на даже. Бля, если 20к сейчас проебу, сука, ничего не знаю. Бля, похуй, блядь. Сейчас просто обидно станет, если сейчас Новак выиграет. И я буду гореть потом нахуй. Зачем я не поставил? Да? Лучше, бля, рискнуть, чем хуяться за... Кто не рискует, тот не пьет шампанское. Какой 20к рисковать? Вчера я 50к проебал. Так, 20, общий 26 тысяч будет. Так, пополнился, да? Так, все пополнил, короче. Пизду. Бля, плиз, выиграйте, пожалуйста, нахуй, блядь, умоляю. Бля, 92 стало. Бля, пистолетка началась или что? $92 стало просто. Так, 3 минуты еще есть. Да, нихуя не началось, по идее. Почему тогда 92 стало? Кто-то грузанул, что ли, походу, дохуя бабок на Эйболерс. Из-за этого повышается кафе. Все, я поставил 92, короче, коэффициент. Так, победа. Так, 20. 20. 1,92. Ебать, как я поставил 88 стало, прикинь, на туре, бля, кто-то пиздец крутит. За 20к, что ли, меняется здесь кайфы, да? Да, ну нахуй. Здесь мало людей ставят из-за этого. Так меняется. Я 20к поставил, с 92 на 88 упало. Я тоже как бы влияю на экономику. Слушай. Так, да. Здесь Новак раз рискует, на туре гуд. Хороший состав, прям, бля. Бля, просто отличный состав. Бля, 18 лет, нахуй. Хорошо отыграл, конечно, на Мираже, но... Так же играй, братан, так же на Дасте. Пожалуйста. Ты должен так же играть, как в Мираже. Только он, блядь, в КТ выезжал. А эти, блядь, викинги, блядь, все нахуй уходят в КТ. При этом пистолетка началась, что ли? А, нет. Это разминка просто. Я сейчас выиграю и верну 6к. И еще сверху 12к.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Proving Grounds. We are just about ready to get underway with map number 2 after an interesting one on Mirage, let's call it. I mean, Eyeballers were able to close it out in fairly convincing fashion. I think Novaq sort of tested them towards the tail end of that first half, and especially in that second half, brought it back quite close. However, it did still go the way of the Eyeballers boys, and the Swedes are looking to try and close this one out in 2 fights. So,
давайте, Новак, нас даст, это ваша карта.
Dust 2 here. They've got the choice of the sides. They'll be kicking things off on their defense.
Так, за атаку-то начинаем.
Got some real equity here.
Ну да, это же их карта. За атаку начинается, конечно, блядь.
The big pieces in that last match.
Прям хилово тронулар. Урал.
He was putting up some really good numbers, and he wasn't the only one.
Так, окей, 4 в 4, найс. Бля, все уже в КТ, ну. Сука, блядь. Попадай, блядь. Блядь, сука, проебал, что ли, еще раз. Пистолетка не решает. Бля, ебать, уже 3-0 же, да, блядь? А, окей. Эко, если эко, это хорошо. А, ебись, что не закупились.
4 MP9s.
На нахуй. Бля, еще 5 в 0, бля, ебать, пусть экономики нахуй. Бля, звонят.
Into the meat of things now, but this is where I don't really like these super heavy SMG buys.
Бля, какой-то бомж звонит на дом, бля. Откройте. Открыл.
You're up against the 4x with AKs, especially on a map like Dust 2. It's just no easy task ahead. Bump in the meantime. On him from top mid. A minute on this clock, and they are a little bit apprehensive to commit to anything too early because they know that there's a decent chance that those MP9s will still be in play. There's a decent chance that
Слева.
they'll be stacked up.
Уй.
There you go, Rolf. Just jiggling a little too deep. Defizer tears his head off. It's a really nice shot. It's in a decent position here. Starting to regroup. Work their way up. Short. Dex and Maxter.
Так,
Round two in
выходим.
the mid doors.
Нас закрываем. Отлично. Бля, он слышит, ты же слышишь, братан, да? Как, где он умер? Диффизер, блин, пустой. Бля, вот это тайминг. Бля, как, 2 в 3, что ли? Я думал, мы, бля, в большинстве. Батя. Как? Мы в меньшинстве, что ли, блядь? Да вроде же мы, блядь, в большинстве были, нет? Блядь, чё за хуйня, блядь? Бля, чё. Ебать хуйня тогда. Ай, блядь, сейчас инжир, маму, триггер.
Tech 9s surrounding. That one rifle, the Galil. With a minute on the clock. Okay, for the mid-B smoke, they've got the bomb here in the tunnels, but look at this. Eyeballers have read this very well. They've got 3 on the site and through the smoke. Rolf and Dex have already thinned the herd. Culling the numbers. Neelan catches
Ай,
one,
бля,
but
моя
still
команда,
Novaq
конечно, не
had
возьмет,
shots here
блядь,
in
да?
this round.
Какого раунда?
Does catch JW slacking. The ult misses, and you follow up for
Ебать,
another.
Нилан.
Oh, it's a
А, это
deep one.
диффизер.
Oh my god, it does a lot of damage there, but
Окей, бля, пока что
he's looking for.
не хорошо стреляют, друзья, игроки. Бля, вот это точно надо взять, блядь. Уже 5-0 будет, если вот это проебываем. Даже 6-0. Там если эко будет. Бля, там авик, блядь. Бля, взрывать еще, ёб твою. Окей, окей. 25 хп, выживал, да? Живи, братан.
Eyeballers like to play this heavy setup. I think they're quite keen and confident on the retakes. But of course, those retakes have got to take place on A. Retaking that B bomb site's an absolute nightmare. So, got to prioritize and try to hold on to it. And, you know, stacking 2-3 players there early round. If A then does become a problem, you pull the rotates over and you've got the kits, you've got the util.
Блядь! Бля, не хочу смотреть уже, блядь. Окей, 2 килла дали, окей. Не будем радоваться. Че, писуйте, сейвить, плиз. А нет. Надо сейвить.
Numbers disadvantage, JW's on an AWP.
3 девайса, 2 АВП засейвили, уёбки. Сказал же не сейвить, сука. Пису.
To 1. Novaq. After their successes in the last, going to be feeling a little bit better going into this round, but very, very aware.
Давай, Нилом, братан, блядь. Ну есть что, у тебя опыт, да, хуя опыта. Нормально, Коль, блядь. Ой, блядь, умер еще Нилан. Нахуй я тебе сказал, что... Да ёб твою мать.
Big kills found. Defizer tapping away. Eventually end up with 1, but his teammates have all fallen in the process. The nade is brilliant there from Dex, but it's not even needed. JW catches him on the cross. Defizer dead. Eyeballers on to 5. And they're back to winning ways. Looking very routine here. Just comfortable.
Пауз, блядь, не поможет вам тактика уж. И хуя небо. Хватает Танабай. Слава богу. Закупайтесь и берите раунд, блядь. Бля, 5-1, нормальный счет. Бля. Нормально вроде.
Running it back. Shot fired off early. Pump does connect some damage onto JW, but it's nothing too substantial.
Бля, справа, братан. Бля.
I need to find a kill, otherwise.
Вообще, блядь, вообще, двойки вообще будете брать сегодня, нет? Ёбки, блядь, ты тут, блядь!
Lower tunnels, but he's making a lot of noise, and he finds the headshot before fall into the flames.
Блядь, он как, что он ставит, этот хуйня, блядь?
Wider swing. This is very much looking like a 6th round for Eyeballers once again. They're just...
Сейчас, блядь, за что, бля, за что я сделал?
Line up mid. Taking these steps on B. They're very loose on their rotations. They've looked good. They've been running circles around their opponents. They're just far more comfortable here on Dust 2. And I think that shot there is a testament of it, right? JW pushed all the way into the tunnels. A big flick. Just leave it down a pumpkin. 1v4, 40 seconds. I think the priority is probably saving this sniper, but on the T side, getting no money is also awkward.
Бля, пампи ничего не играет. Первой карте ебашил. На второй, блядь, хуй сосет.
He just doesn't have time. So this is a save mission. He's just trying to sort of find a little cubby, a little bit of space that he can just sort of tuck himself in and not be all too threatened. Had he have stayed put in top mid, he would have been shot in the back, and he's going to hear them stomp.
Бля, засейви, братан, пожалуйста, засейви,
likely it'll be traded here. Oh, shotgun sniper.
Бля, еще после времени убили, ёп.
Yeah, with the money building up on the CT side, there's kind of no reason not to
$750
throw yourself at that. Even if you take a couple of casualties, it still somewhat feels worth it.
Бля.
Luxury to be able to take away the sniper from the Novaq side. Pumpkin has been good in this series so far. He looked very good in map 1. And a little bit quieter here in the second, but the weakest link's definitely been
Блядь,
40.
дефизер бірдеме давай
Die in a lot of these CT rounds on Mirage. He's had a really slow start to this one as well. He's 1 and 6. Was towards the bottom end of the scoreboard in that last map as well. Just now really beating Neelan and Defizer, but in the kill department, just about everything else was slacking behind. And Neelan's calling the shots, right? So I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack there. Pumpkin was actually the only one that went positive last map. And some of the highest damage output in the whole server. He had the most kills in the whole server, despite the fact they lost 13-9. Nice rating on his team and higher than most of the enemies as well. He's a piece that you want fired up and shooting on all cylinders.
Бля, может, вот такие позы их собьют, блядь. Позы у них прям вот... Каждый раунд да, просто. Может, просто... Надо вот так, блядь, подождать немного. Они сейчас в прайме. Пусть этот... Немного этот... Бля, 0.9 играет этот бустер, блядь. Бля, может этот нахуй. Несостоявшимся сделаем матч. И вернете мне 20к. Бля, такой мусор, бля, 0.9 играет. Блядь, братан, у меня сайт, бля. Пока делает.
Okay, technical issue resolved. Buster's back in the server, and we should be good to go again. Sorry for the.
Надо вот такую хуйню взять, вот такой эко. Вот такой форс надо взять с стеклами. И плюс вайвом добирать можно раунды. Надо просто вот такую хуйню взять надо. Novaq можно же, да, взять вот такое? Конечно, можно.
Today we've seen cause some real issues.
Обязаны вообще.
Desert Eagles out on 4 keys.
Обязаны взять.
For first blood, but Defizer goes down elsewhere, so
Выйти и
into a
выпало.
4-on-4.
На нахуй!
Weapons retrievable just yet, but pump. It's
Да,
gonna be
вот
set on
это
just landing
хуёво.
headshots. That's what it's all about. Beautiful one dig.
Сука, окей, сайт, блядь, пустой.
Some issues.
Окей,
Maxed it down on
ставим
the
сайт,
site.
сайт наш.
We'll go for the plant. It's
Бля,
gonna be a
нету
3v3
девайсов-то,
post
бля,
plant
с
position.
диглами.
The retake on
Как,
its way.
бля, будем?
Gonna be coming in from long and short. No one in CT.
Ой,
4
блядь.
kills just sandwiched between the two smokes.
Где М-ка, которая, бля, в шарте убили? Он что, вниз упал, да?
Got an opportunity. Not
Найс,
okay.
бля, убить здесь,
Oh,
братан,
big
его.
flick misses, but the Deagle is also struggling to find the head. That would have been a prime opportunity, and instead, it's Neelan left high and dry on the bomb site. There is a flank coming in from short. Neelan has to deliver, and he does.
Нилан, блядь!
Maybe another. He knows
Нилан,
that Paul
блядь.
is coming in from
Сука,
behind.
не
He's
зря же
stuck
тебя я
between a rock and
люблю,
a hard
блядь.
place. A ridiculous round for Novaq to win. It comes off of the back of a great
Не зря,
entry.
блядь,
And
в
honestly, I
Европе
think
играл.
that final kill there, or penultimate
Бля,
kill from
памп
Neelan,
хорош, блядь, пампинг.
probably the most important.
Блядь, памп, бля, бля, просто открыл сайт нам. И Нилан, блядь, Нилан спам, блядь. Все, можно теперь набирать, короче, вот это надо взять, и потом 4-ю можно взять. У них эко будет, если это взять. Бля, бля, важный ран вот этот, блядь. Окей, уже бежим, вот так уже, плюс вайп уже. Бля, не открывайся, братан, там Айвик смотрит. Найс, сука, ой, сука. Хорошая, блядь. Хорошая флешка.
Giving us a bit of a breath of fresh air after that last round win.
Бля, он карри сидит. Ай, блядь, Нилан.
Yeah, this one's done.
Сука.
Only chance they had of winning that round is if Rolf could shut it down.
Не дайте им сейвить, плиз, блядь, сука. Еще возьму сейчас, блядь, этими, блядь, сейвлениями раунд еще. Ёбись, блядь.
Maxed up with not a lot to save, but not
Бля,
really
бустер.
going for this
Наконец-то хотя бы пистолета убила. Первый килл у бустера, наконец-то.
Novaq will once again just be snapping at the heels of the eyeballers. So fast volley into short. Minute 30 on this clock. Novaq are already spreading their legs and taking a lot of room, and just up against the pistols. Buster having a bit of a field day outside long as 3 come his way. It's a good flash over the top. He is low and he's aware that JW could just finish him off with 1 bullet to the head. It's really closing up here as we come to the final couple of rounds of the half. Novaq. in a reasonable position. I mean, this could definitely go either way. An 8-4 is certainly nothing to brag about, but they've sort of found their form at a very key moment in this game. And whilst it's very much looking like they were down and out, and 6-1 down. Now about to take a 5th round and potentially.
Найс, блядь, пятый, блядь.
6-6 half to go with it.
нахуй.
Down a heap. He's being held.
Шансы есть, что ли, блядь?
Somehow not lethal. How that shot's not a kill. I think it just catches him through the corner of the wall.
Прям убей его, лоун, братан. Ой, сука, найс. Так, сейчас, плиз.
Neelam will finish off the job. Really, really clean. 6-5, Novaq.
Сейчас не...
Even if they lose this last round.
Фармилка, да, возьмет.
Too much of an issue for them, but...
Так, фармилка взял один. Второй взял. Третий взял. Четвертый взял. Пятый давай тоже, да? Пятый тоже взял, да? Ой, ёпки, ни один дигла не взяли. Найс, блядь.
6-6 here would be massive.
Блядь, они ближние, блядь. Надо, блядь, лонг идти, лонг, потому что у них, знаете они, что они, у них эко. Блядь, лонг надо идти, алло. Вот правильно делает, сука, как я думаю. Потому что лонг длинный, блядь. Они не с фармилки не могут.
4 MP9s left in play here for...
Да, блядь, вы чё нахуй? Передумали, что ли? Бля, вы же в ланге были, нет? Блядь, вы... блядь.
That maybe could. JW again will be traded, but they're still inflicting damage, keeping this reasonably close.
Бля, они это сейчас могут проебать, блядь. Зачем? Убить. Все 2 в 1, блядь. Один лоу, блядь. Ну бустер, ну. Бустер уже 6 киллов сделал. Как, блядь? На эко, да, нафармил, блядь.
Sticks with the MP9, doesn't swap out to a rifle, and at range, of course, no chance. Miles away is the AK that puts 2 more bullets into him to finish it off, and we will go 6-6. Novaq. Looking a hell of a lot better towards the tail end of that.
6-1, 6-6.
First half, and now really in a position where they could take the reins here and even bring us to a 3rd map. Eyeballers have dropped the ball. They need to try and pick it back up again as they go into their T side.
Бля, я же сказал, бля, надо один хуйню рядом взять. Вот. Надо просто вот хуйню рядом надо взять, хуйню, да, вот с стиглами там. Надо типа форс какой-то или эко. И все, блядь. И команда просто не останавливается, блядь. Как это... Берут, я уже, блядь, на опыте, блядь, знаю это.
Okay, this is maybe the better start to the pistol that they are talking about. Back the other way, puts it into a 4-on-4, but the CT smoke, you just got to get across. They spend too much time.
Бля, вот это хуёво. Не отпустили. Кто-то убить и все, это изи раунд. Блин, убежал. Найс. Найс.
There is one right below him in CT. Needs support from his teammates as he drops down, missing the shots. This is an absolute mess.
Это месть. Вот это GV уёбище. На Мираже же зарезал. Вот, блядь, карма уёбище. А, ебать, он еще Нилана зарезал тогда. Сейчас ответка от Нилана. Бля, прикинь, вот это карма. Вот, блядь.
Decent entry kill out of the pistols.
Nice.
Considering they got the bomb plant in the pistol, you kind
Так,
of
они
expect...
когда сделали?
They don't give us one.
Да как? Блядь, 4 в 3, что ли? У них, блядь, М-ка уже фармилка есть. Бля, вот тупые, блядь, это возьми. Убей, братан, найс, лоу хп.
You pay cheating for the lower tunnel. Mega damage.
Да тупой, блядь, убей его
Still
просто.
be easy work here for Novaq, but... Smoke on the cross. Eyeballers will at least get a bomb plant, and... I can't believe Novaq really give them so much room to maneuver here. I mean, the AWP will deny the plant, at least for now,
Найс,
but
блядь.
should be a trade back. No.
Хорошо, что не убил его. 1 хп у него осталось.
No kill found. Pumpkin down to 1 HP. The MP9 will just creep up on him. Nice
Эко не
easy stuff.
проебали.
So, 8-6, Novaq now take
Бля, теперь бай у
an
них.
extended lead. Obviously, they took the lead by winning the pistol, but build on that little bit further. A little bit of money behind them as well. There's certainly some question marks here for what has happened to Eyeballers in the last 7 rounds, right? They were 6-1 up. They had a convincing first map. This is their pick. There really isn't any excuses for the drop-off in performance that we've been seeing. A lot slower hit from the Eyeballers. Minute on this clock.
Бля, очень аккуратный раунд, потому что
They've got a bit of space in towards mid. Novaq haven't really contested it. They've got the AWP on bomb.
Потому что важно очень.
Holding towards long, so it's preoccupied elsewhere. Neelan needs to go big. In a strong position as the smoke goes down. He knows he's going to be tested in the next few moments. Either stands and delivers, or this round could go the other way. Contact made from heaven. Still need to clear the left-hand side of the boxes. They see the head poke over, but no reaction, no kill, no nothing. Keeping things as tidy as they come, Novaq. A near flawless round, and they might still be able to close it out as such. No, JW. Let's find one before falling, but I think that's probably all she wrote here for the 15th. The Pfizer and 4 keys play that perfectly as well. Even if one of them dies there, instant trade on the next. But yeah, double swing deals the kill without any casualties. So yeah, 4 men still going. 9-6 score. 8 in a row. Novaq feeling very, very confident. Eyeballers kind of need to dig deep here and find that form that they once had here on Dust 2. Otherwise,
Бля, при счете 6-1 сколько там такие выдавали? Можно было примерно в 5 коэффициент взять. Пиздец.
I'm not expecting that at all. How's your Inferno? How's your Italian? That's where we're headed.
Века мне проебать, главная, блядь, главная задача. Да, блядь, заебись. Блядь, пизда, блядь, как? После вот таких хуйня раундов, блядь, камбэк начинается. Гори, блядь. Блядь. Вместе, братан, вместе. Блядь, как? Блядь, бустерс. Ша. Блядь, что-то ко мне проебали.
Really good go at that, but not one that he can make work. 10-6. Novaq
Отлично,
coming up to
отлично,
9 in a
да.
row now. Yeah, CT side been flawless.
Так. Так, короче. Шесть один, 10-6. Вот это хуёво.
Flying out along. Good entry.
Это тоже
Oh,
хуёво.
follows up as well.
Зачем я, блядь,
The
радовался?
eyeballers buy round the last was it came desperately close.
Радуешься, блядь, сразу раунд проебывают. Не надо вообще нахуй.
They could afford sort of a half investment.
А, он в смоке.
A bit more.
Можно.
The smoke catches one, but he won't know that he's sat within the cloud, so
Бля, он же не тупой, чтобы так с ножом идти. Он уверен, что там нет человека, потому что там его тиммейт стоит. Бля, ты же киберспортсмен, ты же должен же такие моменты понимать. Он ножом идет, потому что есть у него там на лайге тиммейт. Там еще смог стоит. Можно же понять, что там есть в смоке. Ну, бля, в играх это сложно, блядь. В игре это, прям сложно думать, по идее. Можно понять. Бля, плиз, засейви, братан, пожалуйста, засейви. Да ебать, нахуй мы, блядь, 9 раундов нахуя взяли, если у нас, блядь, экономика нету, блядь. Что у нас, блядь, с экономики? У нас, блядь, 1600 тут, типа, блядь, пиздец. Где наши 10 раундов подряд дало? Ой, блядь, ёб твою мать. Так, по фулу закупается, да еще не. Бля, вот это проебывать. Там, на 9 выходит уже. Бля, может лучше эко сделать, а? ВК может. Бля, по-любому не возьмете с такими девайсами. Окей, похуй. Пусть попробует. Сейчас, может, и возьмут.
Crazy as well with how close so many of these rounds have come. Novaq's economy completely broken. After just that single round loss, Maxter
Здесь бустеру
doubling up on the entries through the
можно было.
doors. JW with one more and defies that once again. The man left by himself. MP9 and whatever.
Ай, блядь, 9 уже.
Yeah, he won't.
Сейчас закупит.
10-8. Easy eco kills. Full USPs just running up mid and a chance for Heap to stab Pad a little bit. Rolf missing out on the free kills and he's the one that really needs them. It's at 7 and 13.
Так, делаем. Что, блядь, почему не? Они типа... Понятно. Они, кажется, не купили эмки. 2К сделали, типа. Заебись, блядь.
Come to the buy, and it's a great start from JW. Eyeballers not willing to give up.
Отлично, справа. Убить лоу.
Just yet.
Лоу.
Doubling up with the MP9s. Novaq still fighting back, but
Дайте ган, блядь, пампу,
where
нахуй.
is the bomb? Do they have control of it in the tunnels? I think they do. This is massive.
Так, сделали буст. Алло! Уф, бля, повезло. Пизда, ёб твою мать.
Okay, crisis averted. At least it should be. Pump. Ooh. I'll actually find one more.
Как он блайнд стал? Он же, бля, в стену смотрит.
Content, eyeballers.
Как он блайнд?
Back in business.
Как, бля, как эта игра работает, блядь? Он же, блядь, на стену смотрел, блядь. Блядь, ёб твою мать, что это? Бля.
Just gonna run this gap.
Блядь.
Oh my god.
God.
Very, very ambitious, but it pays off. And JW, even without a CT smoke, has the confidence to come and support, play that pincer, take that fight,
Я
and have
зажал
advantage.
тонар, ёб твою
And
мать.
this surely just has to be a save for Novaq. Around in which they cannot touch.
Бля, зачем надежду подавать, бля?
Painful prospect to face, but one that they have
Зачем
to.
надежду подавать? Зачем 10 раундов подряд взять? Можно было просто проебать. Типа ТПД дали, типа кто-то 3-2-2 на ТП, что ли, блядь?
Eyeballers onto 11. They're even going to be hunting for these final.
Ай,
Wow, this is
понятно.
gonna crawl.
Нахуй ты стреляешь,
Time,
долбоёб?
Forky.
Блядь, сейчас тебя убьют еще.
Foolishly giving them the fights. They've got so much money that him finding any kills is completely unimpactful. JW's on 16k. They've got more than enough to buy up for the rest of regulation, no matter what happens here. Unless they will decide to buy 3 auto snipers and throw them on the floor. That would break my logic, but I'm not able to take the chance for the kill onto 4 keys anyway.
На Б, блядь.
Back to basics then. Seems like they wanted to play through the B molly. It then gets smoked and they start to second guess it. There is only one defender here, it's Divisor. Been giving him a hard time these last couple of rounds, so maybe it's time to give him a bit of a break. Go and bully someone else. Become someone their own size. There's 3 of them, 1 of him. Stations start to pull over. JW still just sat patient here in suicide.
Блядь, заебал.
There you go. The presser spotted. JW locked in on the angle, ready for the fight.
Зачем вы, сука, взяли, блядь, подряд, а?
There you go.
Сука,
There's that
проебали с 13-1 просто, блядь, ебанатый, блядь. Я уже верил, что победил, бля.
They can capitalize upon and turn into a round win, and just like that, they'll barrel into the site. They'll find one more kill, and that's enough for Novaq to pull the plug. Yep, this one up. Gonna be 12 here for Eyeballers, 2 map and series points, and worst case scenario in overtime, but they won't want to be going there.
Да, можно ускорить, да, бля, просто ускорить, блядь, просто. 2х можно поставить, 2х. Быстрее проебите и все, сука, нахуй.
He's trying to do exactly that, fighting his way out, doing good damage, but yeah, going into these final couple of rounds, as I said before, eyeballers have got heaps of cash, even if they lose everybody in
Все,
pursuit.
1 в 1, 2 в 1, все, проеби быстрее, уебище, умри.
JW's able to find one. He's traded back at the end. I'm not sure where his teammate is and why he's not helping, but
4 хп у нее, блядь.
way they'll make it a little bit expensive.
Давай 13 возьми, бля, пожалуйста, нахуй, заебался уже. Не хочу смотреть, нахуй.
Two chances to close here. He's still with the money to buy back.
Чё он делает? Давай 13-0. 13-10. С 4 хп давай, клатч возьми еще. Что там было, алло, блядь? Что нахуй? Кто взял-то раунд? Блядь, что нахуй? Фу, бля, what, блядь? Чего, блядь, долбоёбы, что ли?
Scoped him the AWP down into the lower tunnels. Oh, anticipates the boost. Timing on that is unbelievable. JW head stripped.
Что?
And a two-man deficit now.
Ебать.
Well, this T-side. T-side. Roll.
Ёбатус, бля.
He found this room.
Мелочь.
If he doesn't get seen from A, oh god. The Defizer, I guess he must have.
У них 9 было или 10? У них 10 было.
Doors in his peripheral vision. It's a crazy reaction. I can't believe that. It's because Rolf hesitates, doesn't pull the trigger straight away. He's thinking, maybe he doesn't see me. I can play the trigger discipline. Absolutely turned on. That's going to be the round wrapped up.
Давай, 13-11, давай.
That's all. 12 to 11.
Да понятно, бля.
Are not able to finish things off in their first opportunity to take this in regulation. Now they need to win in the second. So before they got plenty of money. Cash is
Чтобы обидно было, может, чтобы обидно было. Сука. Чтобы обидно было, ма?
All the bells and whistles. Rifles, double AWP. They've probably got a rifle on the floor as well. About to. Full util on everybody, but still. Not enough to find Pumpkin with the spawn. Pumpkin's still able to hit that early shot. And fall off along though, so they will be given the room. A bit of an exchange. Purchase from eyeballers. Some long control at the expense of their entry.
Нахуй я это так сделал? Нахуй я так сделал, блядь, не надо.
Falls in the meantime as well. HE will do some extra damage, but man advantage here for the T side. And the A side open for business. Retake.
Блядь, пизду, нахуй. Да энтри же было нахуй, бля. Ебать тайминг, уёбище, блядь, ты тупая. Все, захотел, блядь, 13-11, вот получай, уебись.
Preoccupied. JW, big shot onto Neil, misses the AWP, follows up with the Deagle.
Да, ну нахуй.
His options are limited.
Сейчас 11-3 возьмет.
This was a closer affair than they had.
Сатаналь. Бля, 26 слил. Вчера 50 слил.